Hey.
Bang, bang, bang. AC, it's hot up in here. Turn up the AC.
Alright y'all, we are back on the Split Cut channel here for the off season, and although most of the moves and trades and free agency stuff is already completed, I did want to go back through and highlight some of the moves that I think are going to have a big impact on the next season. And what better place to start than the trade that kind of unofficially kicked off the NBA offseason, where the Oklahoma City Thunder traded away Josh Giddey for Alex Caruso. And just off the bat, this was an absolutely amazing trade for the Oklahoma City Thunder. As y'all know, Josh Giddey has had some issues this past season, both on the court and off the court. And even regardless of that, he just was not really fitting on this up-and-coming OKC Thunder team. So for them to just straight up trade him away for someone who perfectly fits this current team and Alex Caruso, that is an absolute slam dunk of a trade by Sam Presti. So what is it about Alex Caruso that makes him such a championship level addition? Well, from a broad perspective, he is one of the few true 3-and-D players in the NBA today. He's made an all-defensive team each of the past 2 seasons. Add in the fact that this past season he shot 40% from 3 on almost 5 attempts per game. And we can even take the stats a little deeper. This past season he was one of 12 players to average at least 1 steal and 1 block per game. Him and Derek White were the only guards to make that list. And then again, you could throw in that additional requirement of being a 40% 3-point shooter, and Alex Caruso is the only one that remains. Plus, the biggest cheat code of all of this is that Alex Caruso isn't even making $10 million this season, which in today's, salary cap NBA money-making league is an absolute steal. But enough of the stats. What does Alex Caruso actually do on the basketball court that makes him so valuable? And let's start with his main attraction, and that is his absolutely stellar defense. The main things that jump out to me when watching Alex Caruso is that he is simply just an all-time hustle guy. He's going to give you 100% effort on the defensive end every single time down the court. He's not afraid of any matchup whatsoever. Across the few games that I watched for this video, he took the Anthony Edwards matchup, he took the Jalen Brunson matchup, and in a game against the Spurs, he was bouncing around from Devin Vassell, Keldon Johnson, even spent a few possessions on Trey Jones because he was absolutely cooking them. But the point is that Alex Caruso is someone you can stick on the other team's best guard or maybe forward. He doesn't always take the forward matchups, but he doesn't shy away from them, and he's just going to give them absolute hell. He'll pick up full court. He is extra quick and physical on the perimeter. He's easily one of the best point of attack defenders in the entire NBA. He has tremendous screen navigation. He's not afraid to poke his hands in and get steals. He can slide with just about anyone in the league. He can even provide you with a little bit of rim protection if necessary, although I wouldn't necessarily call that a strength of his. Overall, there is a reason why he has been a favorite for the all-defensive team the past couple of seasons, and if I did have to highlight just a few plays to really stake this point, it would be these. Like, for example, this play here pokes the ball away from Trey Jones to get him a little off balance, which forces a bad pass to Sohan in the corner. Sohan then tries to whip it out to Cedi Osman to save it. Alex Caruso reads this the entire way, but this is even the best part. Tips the pass to himself, gets back in balance, and saves it all in one motion to Io for the easy layup in transition. Or take this play where he saves the entire possession defensively, matched up on Jalen Brunson. Eventually he gets screened off and DeMar DeRozan takes the responsibility. Brunson easily cooks him, but Caruso sees this all the way, jumps into his driving lane, forces Brunson to kick out, and the possession ends with OG Anunoby trying to put up a shot on 2 guys. And this last one was a personal favorite of mine. Down to the wire in this game between the Bulls and the Knicks, Nikola Vucevic is going to put up a dud of a shot. Brunson comes down with the rebound, but Caruso heads up play, pokes it from behind, and gets the Bulls an extra possession late in the game. Now, luckily for the Thunder, Alex Caruso is even more than just a great defender. I already mentioned that he is a very capable 3-and-D guy. He shot 40% from 3 this past season, and a majority of these looks came from just a catch-and-shoot scenario in the half court, But I was actually surprised to see he did have a few jumpers where it was off the dribble, even had a few kind of, light step backs. I don't even know if I can call him that, but he did take a step back. But the point I'm trying to make is that if he is sitting in the corner, sitting on a wing, while guys like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Jalen Williams are driving the rim, he's going to be open a good amount. He's going to knock down these shots, and at the end of the day, he's going to be a much better spacer of the floor than Josh Giddey could ever dream of being. Now, the thing that easily surprised me most about watching these Alex Caruso games is that his passing was actually better than I thought it was. It's something that's never really stood out to me before, but again, in focusing solely on Alex Caruso in these games, I still wouldn't call him a great playmaker or passer by any means, but at the same time, Caruso did run a good amount of point guard for this Bulls team down the stretch this past season, and yeah, again, he's not the best, but he's capable, which is all you really need if you are the Oklahoma City Thunder. Because again, most of the time, the ball is going to be in the hands of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Jalen Williams. You're not going to have to be relying on Alex Caruso's passing and playmaking to make the offense hum. Regardless, Alex Caruso looked very comfortable in pick and rolls. He even had some kind of flashy passes where he had either a nice little wraparound, a little no-look, a little hook pass to the big man. Overall, Caruso just always seems to make the right play with the basketball. It's very safe in his hands. He rarely makes turnovers, which are all very good traits to have for someone that is now being relied upon as a veteran on a team with championship aspirations. Now, to get a little, just a tad nitpicky about Alex Caruso's game, because at the end of the day, he's not a perfect player. And the one negative that stood out to me the most is that he most of the time has a lack of aggression. And again, it's not the end of the world, but it is the main thing that, in that comparison to Derek White, that does separate them a little bit in my eyes, is that even Derek White, I think he's pretty close to a perfect player, but even he'll chuck up some shots or make some passes where it's like, all right, relax a little, you don't gotta force it that much. But at the same time, it's a good thing to see, and that he's trying to make plays and make things happen. Alex Caruso, on the other hand, is pretty safe with the basketball. He very rarely drives to the rim, albeit when he does, it is usually a good thing. He does have some instances where he'll make a bad pass and turn the ball over, but for the most part, he'll kind of just avoid those scenarios in general. He rarely tries to take guys one-on-one, which again isn't a bad thing, but at the same time, it makes him more of a non-factor on the offensive side of the ball than you might want him to be. Again, probably won't be a huge issue. I'm nitpicking, especially when he's now being traded to this Thunder team that had one of the best offenses in the entire NBA. He's going to be relegated to more of a spot-up shooter, catch and move the ball type role, so I don't think it'll be as big of an issue as it was in Chicago, but at the same time, it is something to just keep your eye on. Now again, at the end of the day, I'm just really happy to be able to have the opportunity to watch Alex Caruso play meaningful basketball again, because for the past couple seasons, he's just been stuck in Chicago. He's been one of the best players on the team, which is a sad thing to say, but also impressive, and makes you respect Alex Caruso that much more, because there were legit stretches where he was the best player on the basketball court for the Chicago Bulls. Anyway, that's enough from me. Final line, huge win for the Oklahoma City Thunder getting this deal done. Alex Caruso just simply fits this team way more than Josh Giddey could ever dream of. And that's not even to say that Josh Giddey's bad. I might make a video on him just to get the Bulls side of things, but regardless, that's all from me. Hope you all have a good one. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all those good things, and I'll see you all in the next one.